gentlemen, people of the internet, this is the Pugdom realm of the Pug King and home of competitive DBD. It's time to go to battle.
The Pug King close up. Now, you happy? Not performing monkey.
Who are they? Who are we casting?
Last night, first up, Oh Boy versus Madness.
I am flabbergasted. That was beautifully done.
You see something we didn't? Did. The eyes of a hawk and the reflexes of a mongoose.
But
No, yes, he is. He is tunneling him hard. Camroy's down. Where's that pesky Claudette with a flashlight? Just know she's going to come from some angle. There she is! Oh! Solar with a solar burn as Samurai leaps from the shoulders and pegs it off into the night.
better start going back
better
to the
start
hatch.
pegging it back. Way back is there. Are we going to see Devour sprint out the corn like a legend? The hatch is open. Where's Devour? There he is! There he goes! Oh my God, Devour!
But you're going to be the one to get hunted and camped.
He can smell him. He is.
Is he in the...
There he is!
Gambler and Redbird are dead. He needs to get this hook. He does not get it. Hatch is available. Sprint burst is used. And she makes it out!
Killer Shack offering no protection. Cheeky little dead hard. Enabling that free hit.
He's going to...
Is it pride? Ego?
I think that's going to happen again.
Where's this Claudette? No! Oh my God! Out of nowhere!
That's 3 times in a row. That's... They need to change the name from K the Juka to K the Juicer.
K the Juicer, and you know that's what he's going to change his name to. He'll love that, especially he'll clip it for his montage. But let's see what happens. In the window, trying to force her around. Good play. Leading them down there, the 2. We wish them luck. Back in 2 shakes of a Pug's town. Oh my word, this is not the start that I wanted. Okay, now, welcome DBD lovers and people of the fog. I am the Pug King. I am joined by Jolie the Barbarian. Yes, you can't see my beautiful face. It doesn't complement Jolie's ugly mug, so there's just a picture for me. Unfortunately, I fell over and split the back of my head, which required many stitches. Anyway, neither here nor there, we're back for the qualification of Season 9, our partnership continuing with Champions of the Fog, and we are just waiting for the teams to ready up. And the teams that we have playing today, Jolie, are...
Insanity, Prophecy, and Twist of Fate. All of these returning.
Oh, brilliant. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't. Were Prophecy in it last season? I think they were scattered amongst everyone, but
Yeah,
neither
I
here
think
nor
so.
there. It's great to see him back. Qualifier time, we have a pool of killers. How it works, we have the Demo, the Executioner, the Crow Mummy, Singularity, and Daddy Wesker themselves. The team take it in turns, banning one against their opponent, which leaves a pool of 3. A buffet for them to choose from. and they will be playing on a map which is either Wrecker's Yard, Azeroth, Father Campbell's Chamber, or Dead Dog. And each team will ban one of their maps, and the remaining map is the map that they will play on. First up is Insanity versus Prophecy. And Insanity are killing, and who are they killing with, and what is the map, Jolie?
Oh, we're going to be seeing an executioner for this first match, and surprisingly, I mean, not surprisingly at all, because comp teams love this map, we're going to see Wrecker's Yard all the way through today.
No way. What, every single match?
Every single match between Twist of Fate, Prophecy, and Insanity is going to be played on the Wrecker's Yard.
Well, of course, because they only play on the remainder one in this group stage. That's why it's qualifying. I meant the other qualifiers. We go through till 9 p.m. today with the elite in DBD gaming. It's not Wrecker's Yard the whole day. Please tell me.
I cannot say. I only have the information for this particular group right now. I will ask for the bots to give me the rest of the info.
Brooklyn keeps it under lock and key. It's the guarded secrets. It's how she controls us.
Likes to keep it a surprise, you know?
Well, okay, here we go. We have the killer as the executioner. Everyday Pizza is his name. Against the survivors, Professor Ryan, Buey, Phoenix, Lumi, and Lewis are the current survivors that are in play.
Oh my goodness.
And unsuspecting Buey comes out of the wild, smacks the pallet down into Everyday Pizza, but not before getting off a hit. I think they both scared each other with a whelp, but it's not going to be long. Oh no! Oh, brilliantly played by Buey as he dug down and slammed that pallet down and manages to get over to the next tile.
Wow, he actually got to the tile. I thought he was going to be able to go corner map, but no, decides not to go corner map. Gets the hit nonetheless. And that's the first down really early. Oh my word. We just heard someone yell. That can only mean there's a bit of scourgery going on about. Very, very normal for Scourge Oak to be in place. We already know that Corrupt is also in place. And there you go, with that large kick, knocking that gen down a peg. We had also revealed Pop Goes the Weasel. 3 of the 4 perks of the killer revealed very early on.
Round and round we go. Yes, I'm back in the room. I think we've fixed them audio issues. Buey being pursued by Everyday Pizza. Who doesn't like to be pursued by a bit of pizza, but goes down. Didn't quite make it to that pallet. Can't get across. No pitter patter of tiny feet this time. And I think we've already seen a firecracker go off once before, Jolie, have we? Fill me in, brother. Fill me in, bruh.
It was Buey that tried to get the blind. I guess you can say that Buey just got a slice of pizza on him. Everyday Pizza.
What kind of pizza do you like?
Cheese, mostly. A lot of cheese is in it.
Just cheese?
Yep, goat cheese, mozzarella cheese.
What about pineapple?
Cheese. No. No.
Okay.
That would be an insult to my non-existent Italian heritage.
What would be an insult? Having pineapple on your pizza? You disgust me. Anyway, enough about disgusting. We saw 3 gens have been completed. For the people as they dives on from Phoenix onto Buey and puts their body on the line. And on the line it is. Pizza is going for him. Oh, I think he should have just got that hit off, Jolie. I think he would have just caught him off.
Probably, yeah. If he committed to the rights of judgment there, I think he would have definitely gotten hit. What? Minding was a little bit too much, and a little bit ahead on, adding insult to injury. Oh, but that's the head, though. Professor Rhyme ends up taking the aggro here from the killer, and Phoenix Lumi goes away. Duke is dead on hook. That's an important. It seems like Professor Rhyme has, I think. Yep, he definitely has the. What's the name of the first? Can't remember. Right now. Pick up. Yes! Yuri comes in and saves Professor Rhyme with a smack of the palate. And a gen pops up right at the same time. So he gets his head caved in and his ears ringing from both of those notifications. Goodness gracious, the survivors are doing absolutely amazing here. And the gens are really, really spread apart too. This is going to be a hard one. Right now we're finding Phoenix. Another smack of the palate. He keeps not committing to them. He doesn't commit to those, really hindering his ability to get the downs.
Okay, I think I fixed it now, Jolie. Okay, round everyday pizza goes round Shaq. Sorry about the technical difficulties, and Jolie trying to keep it going and keeping it fresh. But loads of action as we go round. Is this going to be the end of Buey? Remember, he's on death hook, so he's only worth 1 point with 1 gen to go. I think everyday pizza and Insanity will be in a bit of trouble. Prophecy, Survivors starting off strong. In we go, and he's in the locker, but I think you're going to see the gem pop, Jolie, right?
Yeah, I mean, they have enough time for sure. He has not, there you go, he has not been using O, but that notification over there on the top right does reveal to us a little bit of information. Let's see if the survivors are going to get the same.
Well, the glowy totem, the toxicity of it. It can only mean one thing, Noed and Phoenix. Oh, tries to shimmy into the locker, but comes out on the floor. He's left him. Everyday piece. Can he get a 4K out of this?
I think it's a mistake for him not to hook Phoenix there. It's an extra 3 points that he would have gotten for free, essentially. They haven't touched the other gate yet. And there you go. Immediately someone is over here at this gate. So he might be able to get, what?
He's looking
3K?
for him. Well, if he finds the other one. Oh, there he is. He's got him. Oh, in trouble now, and it's an ace. And I think Unbreakable on the balancing is
banned, yes.
Banned. Is Lewis hiding somewhere?
Lewis? I mean, if I was Lewis, I'd definitely be on the other side of the map. Well, there you go, opening the gate.
I think Lewis is going to be forced out. There is no Unbreakable. He's left fresh as a daisy, denying valuable 6 points.
Now Rhyme just has to dangle in there. I definitely would not pick up Phoenix right now. Yeah, I mean, this might be a mistake. Let me just double check here.
No, I think Deliverance is banned.
Deliverance is banned, so
Most
there's no way that they
is,
can help themselves. I mean, but it would have been a really nasty play. Like, he hooks Phoenix, Rhyme just delivers themselves off, runs off into the night, and gets those extra points for the survivors.
Well, I think that was a bit of a give for Insanity. Prophecy Survivors did incredibly well. And just that Noed changing the game as Everyday Pizza is paying homage to it there, almost humping the glowy skull of Noed, because that really did save Everyday Pizza for Insanity and ended 100%. On a full 3K.
100%. I mean, he had, what, 6 points?
Yeah.
Before Noed, and now he ends up with 18, right?
Yeah. I mean,
he tripled his points, like, overnight, essentially.
Jesus, Jolie, you've learned some simple mathematics since the break of last season. I'm very, very impressed. But you are indeed right. 18 points to 13, which is what it'll be finishing up. We're just waiting. Well, Everyday Pizza's waiting. Could you eat pizza every day?
I could, but I would have to work out every day as well. Otherwise, I would end up a ball.
Well, I don't eat pizza every day, and I am a ball. Okay, well, look, we're on to the next qualifying group, and it is indeed not Insanity versus Prophecy. We glide into Prophecy, who will be killing against Twist of Fate, who will be returning from last season. We'll set up them lobbies and be back to you in 2 shakes of a pug's tail. Okay, we are back in the room. I am the Pug King. I am joined by the jam in my donut, the Jolie the Barbarian. And we are back for the qualifiers of Champions of the Fog Season 9 League B that we host in partnership. I think that's right. I am on heavy pain medication.
I think so. It's been such a long time. So many seasons already hosted by the Pugdom, right?
Yeah, I think it's only 3 or 4, but we've been going for 14, 15 different tournaments. Who knows? We might be considered comp yet, but we'll wait for that badge of honor soon. But first up, we saw Insanity versus Prophecy, and Insanity managed to pull some points out the bag with a cheeky no-ed, and now Prophecy are killing against Twist of Fate survivors. They'll want to be starting off strong, and again we are on the Wreckers yard, and it is Buey for Prophecy with the Executioner against Twist of Fate's Groom, STS Stiga, Mika, and obviously not me. And that's actually a name. Obviously not the Pug King. It's obviously not me. A bump bump.
I love that name.
Do you?
It's so good to cast.
You mean the Pug King, yeah?
I meant obviously not me.
Oh, shut the hell up, Charlie. Shut the hell up.
It's a good name to cast. Like, obviously not me was obviously found.
Well,
but we got Groom here, though.
Groom is about to get groomed by Buey as he takes a smack in the back of the head and runs off into the night. We see Corrupt as one of the perk of choice from last season. I think we only saw it not used twice, and that was pretty successful, but very aggressive killers. But is the staple of competitive DBD is having an old Corrupt in place. Groom disappeared, although there was a little alert there. What was that alert, Jolie? Fast fall?
Pallet dropped.
Pallet drop.
Yeah, he pre-dropped the pallets. He's been doing that twice now to try and save his life, prolong his life as long as he can. Try and give the survivors a little bit more time to work on.
He's not going to get to that unless he shimmies back in, and he does, and he tries to, but not enough. Yeah. Managed to get it off. The pallet goes down. Buey eats a bit of wood, but not before Groom lays on the floor like a sack of spuds, and we should see, if not one, but... Well, we definitely should see a gen pop now, if not 2.
Hopefully. However, yep. That's a Scourge Hook.
A bit of Scourgery. The second done. And there's a gen bubbling away nicely. Survivor disappeared with the gangly feet of the Executioner kicking that
About
gen.
75%, I think,
no,
on that gen.
No gen regression.
Oh. A lot of scratch markers over on that side. Did they manage to scurry away, or are they still working on that gen? He's keeping an eye on the hook there. Ooh.
Oh, and there we go. A Rancor. One of my favorites. Love a bit of Rancor. The gen completes, giving away all the survivors. And then obviously at the end,
nice dodge.
Moriable. 2.
Second gen.
A slight delay, but double pop, and that was the middle gen was about 75%. So Twist of Fate organizing themselves quite well. Now,
Ms. Groom here was going to go for second if no one's there.
Well,
I think they were trying to get there, but they haven't been able to. Oh my goodness, is that Urban Evasion? I think that was Urban Evasion by obviously not me. What the hell? In comp, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Well, was it? I think he was just ducking. Look at the RNG or spread of this gens that Buey has here. I mean, there's a For the People protecting. He's got a four gen scenario. I think one over there. Yeah, doesn't he? He has a lovely little
He does
4-gen.
have a little 4-gen. I mean, if they manage to do the one over there on the end, it's gonna make it really hard for them.
Well,
I
Groom's
really
in.
don't know what they. Groom is down. Oh, and he got hit by the Rites of Judgment here. Yep, that means that the final judgment is available. Doesn't even have to be put on a hook. That's absolutely devastating.
Just grim. The big arm comes down. Knows exactly where all the survivors are as another gen gets done. Doubled up in Shack. One over on the left there. Where one of the survivors is pulling him over there, right? Which is
Yeah, but
odd.
he has nothing over on this side. Both
Well,
pallets
what-
have been already used. Oh, and Mika gets found here in the corner. A little bit of miscommunication. They are going to try and make...
But he knew
Well,
Mika was
time.
there. Mika was shown with when the Rancor. There was 2 in center and 1 on far, which is strange why they run over. I think you're right. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication, or maybe it was a cunning ploy. But Buey is dragging Mika off to a hook. And is it a Scourge? It is indeed a Scourge hook as the scream goes off, a token goes down.
It's the exact same hook that we saw Groom dangle for more than a minute. I think that was Tiga running away. We don't know where obviously not me is. I mean, these two gens are probably the server's best hope of finishing them. They're the furthest apart.
Well, I
obviously
think
not
they're
me.
in a little bit of trouble. Well, saying that, I mean, Pyramid Head isn't the quickest across the map. I think if they split 1 and 2 on the other side, they might be able to get it done. But then that 3-gen in a row, almost vertically in a line, and that one off center. If they do that one off center, and Buey knows it, that's why he's protecting it by the looks of it.
I mean, it's a really good, it's in really good view of the hill there too.
On top of the hill and far away, Stigger takes it, and Mika goes on to second, and he's breaking chase. He's not committing. Buey playing a shrewd and strategic game. Mika is off.
Save though.
Knows that there's someone over here.
She's gonna choose to go for the tunnel here. Try and get Mika out of the game to make it a 2v1.
Confident that there's enough time to get it down. A swing.
Doesn't quite make it to the locker, and that's gonna be a 2v1 now.
Right.
2 gens still left. It's gonna be really rough to finish those two.
And Mika out too. Yeah, you're right. They may be able to squeeze one off. It's going to take some moving and shaking from Twist of Fate. But Prophecy...
finished the heal.
Oh, it nearly did. That gen's bubbling away nice, but Buey must be licking his lips and going, yes, yes. A 4K2 with Executioner isn't a bad result considering the strength for Twist of Fate survivors that we've seen from last season. Not a team to be sniffed at.
Oh, a little cheeky blast mine.
You love a cheeky blast mine, don't you?
It's always fun. It's never expected. And I like to think that the survivor is just hanging around looking at the killer.
Never
while it happens.
expected, but always welcomed.
He's very, very focused on that single generator. He hasn't kicked the one on the far.
And he really wants to protect that. It's going to be tough for them to break it. But one of them's going to have to sacrifice to get off that next gen. They'll do,
likely, yeah.
They'll do well.
What
big,
a mind game from Buey.
big brained.
Obviously not me looking behind him. Completely unexpected. Just takes it right in his face, and he's gonna go put him, on the hill.
Onto
He really
the
wants
hill.
to protect this gem.
Well, it's a good viewpoint, right? That's progressing down well.
Really good.
Now, is it escape time?
I mean, I guess. Oh, nope. Guess not. Oh, is that a lithe? I think that was a lithe. Oh my goodness.
In trouble. Buey's not going to be mind game there. Oh, just shy.
Almost
Steve
broke
going to
her
get
ankle
over.
there.
He's kind of blocked, trying to go the long way round, but Buey is going to cut off. They're in real
There is
trouble
no
here.
escape.
A good
There
day
is
at the
no
office for
escape.
Prophecy's killer. Strong.
Oh, and he's gonna put her in the cage.
In the cage goes Stiga.
And there's no deli, there's nothing that they can do here. I mean, even if there was a deli, you can't deli in the cage.
I mean, that would be a good addition to DBD. Deli in the cage, uncaging yourself.
That would be a really interesting mechanic, I'd have to say so. And there you go.
How's the self-hook
Every single
mechanic
survivor.
going to go on camping out the cage?
You actually can't camp out the cage. It moves position whenever the executioner gets too close to it.
Oh, that's true. Yes, I'm talking out my hole. Well, Twist of Fate now are playing against Insanity, killing. That was a good score from Prophecy. Not before a full K, but not before Twist of Fate got off 3 gens. They'll want to start their game strong as a killer versus Insanity. And it's all to play for as we go into trial number 3 for our first of our qualifiers of League B in our partnership with Champions of the Fog. We will be back to you as we change around the lobbies in 2 shakes of a pug's tail. Okay, we are back in the room for trial number 3 of our first set of qualifying groups between Prophecy, Twist of Fate, and Insanity. Up next is Twist of Fate, killing against Insanity's survivors. That's right, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just making sure I've got the scorecard round the wrong way. Look, who says, look, we're just getting warmed up. It is the qualifiers, so don't worry about it. But you'll be glad to know there's no pinhead. It is, of course, a Daddy Wesker that's shipping up. Jolie, any tips, tricks, queries, qualms, or advice for our challengers as we go into trial number 3 of our first qualifying group?
I myself have only purchased Wesker recently. But I can definitely say this is my most anticipated match, only and solely due to the jankiness that the Mastermind is when throwing survivors. It's just so funny.
Jankiness? What's janky? Is that like a word that I should know?
It's a slang, yes.
Is there?
It's internet slang.
Am I janky, or is it a bad word?
Janky would be something like inconsistent and strange.
I'm going to Google it later. It probably means something really disgusting. Anyway, we have Baboosh from Twist of Fate. Well, Baboosh, who loves monkey, and I love the name, against the surviving team of Insanity with Step Back, Feta, Panda, Lappa, Everyday Pizza, and Mr. Next Time. We should start giving awards for the best survivor names, Jolie. You know that?
They would always be changing their names, you know that, right?
Wow.
Oh, see Wesker break that pallet, meaning that the lab photo, yep, the lab photo is in play, making him break pallet instead of vaulting over them. Basically becomes a mini version of Blight there. And we also got the Unicorn Medallion.
Which does what, Jolie?
Plus 20% extension on the first dash, minus 20% on the second one. Usually the second one is the longest.
I just want to say we only knew that because Leger just told us in the chat. Everyday Pizza goes down as Baboosh takes it. I didn't want to take away from your knowledge, Jolie, but I felt like I hadn't seen you some time. I thought I'd be a little bit salty towards you.
But that's also really good commentary, though. Love the banter.
Well, sometimes. Depends if it's appropriate or not. Okay, Everyday Pizza has had a slice taken out of them as Baboosh hangs them on the first hook. Is proxying around there. Again, we saw Buey from Prophecy try to protect, very successfully protect, a 3-4 gen scenario. Is Baboosh going to try it and do the same thing? Everyday Pizza is off. What's the balancing? Is it similar to Pinhead's balancing, most meta banned?
Yes, I do believe the balancing is the same.
I love putting you on the spot.
Although it is a little bit less than Pyramid Head, actually, because the Mastermind it's considered a little bit stronger than Pyramid Head.
I'm not
couple
gonna.
of the perks are
I'm not gonna
bad.
lie. My opinion would be that Wesker is definitely stronger than Pyramid Head.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Just from a dashing perspective. Oh, Denson flies straight into the hands and is grabbed and slammed, but not before a gen goes off. I would expect probably a double ping, but this will be, there we go, there's the 2 going on as the Claudette is stuck in the basement. It's going to try and take a hit, but is Pizza going to get off? We do see agitation as the other perk was never going to be able to get off. That goes on for the second hook. Mr. Next Time.
Yeah, I was going to say Mr. Next Time, living up to his name, saying that maybe next time I'll get you.
Well, maybe next time they will, but another gen pops off in the distance. Free in succession. Jesus Christ. I am rusty.
Gen pops. Yeah.
I think this
I know what you meant.
could be the end of Pizza.
I mean, he can camp. I mean, survivors aren't allowed to unhook themselves with the new mechanic. However, you can camp on top of the shack basement and not get any progress. I have tested this out.
Really?
Yep. It's a very easily camping way. If any killer is listening, you can camp if you're standing on top here.
Well, I'm sure you've just upset the survivor community who didn't want to let a glitch in regards to the mechanic in pubs. But this isn't pubs, Jolie. This is competitive DBD at its finest. And the Pizza goes back to the campfire for some slightly overburning as he waits through his other teammates to see if they can churn out them other 2 gens, as Baboosh has now found Step Back, who is fresh as a daisy. So is the Feta Panda, and so is Mr. Next Time. Why it's important with Fresh, that important first hook is worth 3 points. Getting it out to not only successful for the survivors, but denies really valuable points for them hooks.
Seems the Step Back is doing really good here. Is that a hit? Yes, it is, but that's a knifing hit. Not a power hit, which means that they don't get infected by the Ouroboros virus. Once they get fully infected, they become a little bit hindered. Oh, and there's the slam of the pallet and the break immediately after. 2 gens left to be popped. Snapback running for his life.
Oh, that was a Pugos hit.
Yep, it was.
That
He does not make it to window, but a gen does pop.
He has done enough. Now, the spread, you've got one just behind, one over there. I mean, this is looking ideal for the survivors. Do they sacrifice? I think if Baboosh camps this... Oh, my God!
Nice.
Before I even said anything, they came in. The Feta Panda just come out of nowhere, hiding in the grass like a snake. Takes back
he
off.
did really well, though. He got both of them there with the...
I think that's more of a faux pas from the survivors going for that early hook. He didn't know they were there. He was probably going to go over to the other gen.
He saw the Fang.
Did he?
Yep, he saw the Fang. That's why he would immediately prepare the power. Oh, and a little bit of adrenaline there. Professor Panda. But once again,
Noed.
Oh my God! And Professor Panda knew Noed was there as soon as it showed up. Wow.
It was like, bruh, one of them moments as the Feta Panda goes on, was happy that the gem would go off and then sees the glowy totem right in front of them. It's like, oh my God. Now, are they going to sacrifice and get them out? Yes, Mr. Next Time is fresh as a daisy. And Step Back only had 1 hook on. That's valuable points that they disallowed the killer to get.
They got the first hook on Step Back, though. They're worth the most.
Well, yeah, 15 apiece. Even Stevens. Now, that is our first run of the order. We are now going back as we turn around the lobbies, as I believe it is Prophecy versus Insanity. I could be wrong. I'll double confirm. It is. Okay. I will talk to you all in 2 shakes of a pug's tail, but we're shaping up into a lively first qualification for B1. We're back to you shortly. Okay, we are back in the room. We are cycling back for our return trials of each set. Next up is Insanity versus Prophecy, where we saw Insanity manage to pull a 3K out the bag, but not before Prophecy got off 5 gens and escaped with, yes, a fresh as a daisy survivor. Prophecy's Buey will be taking to the battlefield against Insanity survivors, and Insanity will then need to do 5 gens and escape with a fresh as a daisy, and any hook stage will do, or a combination across multiple survivors, as well as what your abacus will add up. And well, Prophecy, all they need is 10 hooks that equal above 18 points, which I think there's no other way to get that. Or maybe there is. 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah. You can work it out yourselves, but you know what it is. As we go in to our 4th trial of the first qualifying group of B1, Buey is the killer that's taking up the mantle against Stefback, Mr. Next Time, the Feta Panda Lap, and Everyday Pizza. The Ace, the Claudette, the Feng, and the beautiful Danson. Oh, and there's the Claudette. Mr. Next Time is Mr. This Time, as Buey is chasing him around there. And as we see, legs it off past Corrupt, another perk of choice. I don't think we're going to see much variation in builds to this evening, Jolie. Do you?
I mean, it kind of depends if anyone's looking spicy, but...
Oh!
Nice
Talking of spicy, grabbing the Claudette as Mr. Next Time comes back through the window, and Buey spinning around, deciding which...
really confused where we're going to go.
Well, he managed to get a Scourge hook, Corrupt, and a bit of Agitation have all been revealed as the perks that Buey has brought with them, with 1 left to go, and maybe we'll find out what that is very, very shortly. But 1 hook down, no gens done. We should see 1 pop if Insanity have been doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is a bit of gem work.
I mean, yeah, but that's like 25% from the Scourge, plus another 30% current progress, so that's a gen knocked down by at least 30-40% easily. All the progress that they've done in the past few 20-30 seconds, gone.
Yeah. What was that, Pop?
Yep, Pop and Scourge. I mean, and it hit two different gens, so he definitely knocked down two gens with a price of 1 hook here.
Well, he's camping this out to the second stage. We at least know he's not going to get double pinged with all that progress taken away. Probably will see 1 as what the second hook goes, but 2 for 1 isn't a bad trade-off, and there it is as we see it ping.
He has a really nasty 3-gen scenario here. Ooh, that was really long.
He's had a very good RNG. That's a nasty 4-gen if you can protect that one. I mean, either side of it.
Yeah, so many gens. This is not usual. Like, he has a 3-gen on the hook side, plus like 2 gens in the middle. This is very unusual.
I think you're very unusual, because that's all we've seen in the last 3-4 games. Just thought I'd say that to you. It looks like Mr. Next Time, although escaped in the last game fresh as a daisy, was about to die on hook, but just as I said, the Everyday Pizza comes in, blocks, but is going to track him over the other side. No live, just counting it down. There's a flashlight. Here comes the blocker. Oh, he did well, but I don't think it's going to save him. Oh, he's been blocked to the edge of the door. Goes down. Balance landed, and he manages to scoot off. What a play by Mr. Next Time. Is refusing to die and shimmies round there, and Buey's spending a lot of time ducking down. For the people as the Feta Pounder puts their body on the line, and a gen gets done in the madness. That was some good play. Mr. Next Time is definitely clipping that for the montage.
I mean, he's definitely living it up to Mr. Next Time's title. Every single time he seems to go down, he says, no, maybe next time, and he just goes through the window.
Yeah,
gonna get hit, no. For the people, maybe next time you'll hit me. Jesus Christ, that was amazing.
Bruh. And another gem been done that did well. Very well.
Currently spiraling.
I don't understand why they do that. It's definitely a comp thing. It's a waste time doing the animation. I don't know.
I think it's so that they don't do the down animation, because you can do tons of animations when you go down, and some of the animations.
Oh, the put on Tony feet. Oh, instead he was going for the flashlight, but he could have dropped the pallet there.
Yeah, he really could have really simply just dropped the pallet.
Insanity are insane. Like, there was plenty of time for that to come down. Not only did they not get the save by dropping that pallet, but gave away the position by flashing the flashlight like a beacon from heaven, giving away their position.
That's Mr. Next Time there, with Everyday Pizza as well.
I mean, there's a massive snowball opportunity if he decided just to slug their whole squad injured.
I mean, why slug when you got to kill?
Oh, true. Well, before they reset, every day he's bleeding somewhere.
Yep.
Must be continuously running.
Step back or
there's scratch marks
infected.
there. You'd cage them, get them down and cage.
I mean, it saves a lot of time.
Sees them everywhere. I think they're split now. Every day has mended themselves. Prophecies.
For how much pressure Buey has, it's amazing that 2 gens are over 50% still.
He's got some very good gem regression perks, and he's tracking well. I think the longest chase was with Mr. Next Time, which he probably regrets, but wasn't punished what we thought he could have been, as much as he could have been.
There's the hit.
And has kept the pressure on well. Oh, that was nice. Everyday pizza.
He's really on point here.
He is.
With those rights of judgment. Everyday pizza about to get a slice taken away from him. There's no way you make it there. Is there?
Well, his agitation is moving quickly across there. Definitely get him there in time. Probably not wiggling as much as they were. Were they wiggling? Well, you could hear him. He's saying they couldn't make it. There he is, dangling on a hook. Scratch marks around the bus. And damn indeed.
That was the Scourge hook. I don't know why he went for that, since Everyday Pizza has already been hooked for the Scourge token.
Did a token not go down there? I wasn't paying attention.
No, he stayed at 2 tokens.
I was too busy thinking about pizza. Pizza. Well,
I mean,
pizza's
he definitely lost the slice there.
These puns aren't going to get old, are they? Maybe for chat, but certainly not for us. Here comes Buey. Pursuing around there, doing a good job weaving in and out of the tiles and making it over to the next one. But Buey tracking well, decides not to be dragged away from his protective 4-gen, if we can call it that.
Immediately finds the ace, though. That's going to be a free hit.
I think it's going to be a tap and then go back again.
I mean, there is nothing on that side of the map that he wants to protect, so yeah.
Having a look.
This is really, really well played by the survivors, though. Like, they just choose the side of the map to do things and then keep going there whenever they want to reset.
Well, I think it's good play by the killer. It's weird that we're on the other side of the fence. Don't get me wrong, they're both playing incredibly well. But Buey is maintaining pressure and keeping a protection over this 4-gens, not over-committing unless there's a chance he knows where the other survivors are. If you have a look, he's always looking back to see if he can see scratch marks. And been on point. Sniping with the power of the pinhead. Not the pinhead.
I mean, I gotta say, like, that is really impressive. Whenever I play Executioner, I cannot hit for the life of me.
I call him pinhead for. He'd stop taking meds. Feta Panda is now on. The only survivor that is fresh as a daisy step back. Remember, the first hook is worth a valuable 3 points. Second, 2, and third is 1. That's why it's survivors are always trying to get fresh people out, and killers are trying to spread them first hooks. At least make sure that they first hook all 4 survivors.
Yeah, that's a lot of points. 3 points for that first hook is a lot.
Well, you think about it, you get 4 hooks across 4 different survivors. It's the same as a 2K.
Yeah. And if you hook someone for their first hook, you're essentially getting the same amount of points as if you hook them for their second and third, which is a lot harder to get. Oh my god, they really want that gen, and Yui knows it. Like, Yui knows that they want that gen. Is someone he's gonna progress to second? Yeah, I think Fatter Panda is definitely gonna be left there for second. Nonetheless, he might be able to catch Snapback here running away. No?
I think he's got a nice little area to control this game. And down they go.
Damn, and that's the final judgment right there if he wants. No, he's not going to go for the final judgment.
And he's checking the progress of the gen.
They're going to go for Snapback. I mean, you would not want a final judgment here, though. I mean, yeah, exactly. You'd go for the pickup to get Pop Goes the Weasel. That is really smart.
Yeah, hooking and making sure, because you're right. If he didn't hook that, he wouldn't have been able to use Pop. Knows this gen is what, 50%? Wants to churn through it more.
Yeah, all those pistons are moving. That was close to finishing.
I think Buey's playing this like a fiddle.
Yeah, he's playing for the 4K. He's not playing for the win con. He's definitely playing for the 4K, and that's what we want to see most of the time. Wow, that was a delayed hit. He must have been on the edge of the rights of judgment there.
Which is strange, because if he would have got Step back there and hooked him, that would have secured the win. Chose not to, as you said, really wants to maximize the points. Because remember, if there is a draw across all of them, or everyone wins one game, for instance, it will be done on overall qualifying group points to see who will progress through. So it is smart. It doesn't want to lead anything to chance. It does look like Prophecy are here to contend and put their staple down for this season. I know it's early doors, but this is some good play by Buey for Prophecy.
The final token. Yep.
That is securing the first set win.
Step back was the final token there.
Final token, final grab, but not the final points. This could turn in, and Everyday Pizza's on Death Hook.
Yep.
Could turn into another 4K and 2, which was the result of the
match versus Twist of Fate from Prophecy.
Yes, indeed.
So they're keeping their consistency, which is pretty impressive, considering that TOF and Insanity are two completely different teams.
I'm sure someone understood what you just said there. Oh my word! How did he even know? Did he know?
I mean, he heard the grunts of pain, but to just put the sword down and immediately go for where she was, that's mighty impressive. Like that is some guessing game for sure from Buey there. And well, Everyday Pizza.
Well, it wasn't a guess if he got it right.
I mean, that's just good for the montage. Nonchalantly walks up to you and says, "Omae wa mo shindeiru," and you die.
Well, we are back shortly for Insanity versus Twist of Fate. Insanity will be killing against Twist of Fate survivors, who will be battling for their first set win, but Prophecy have already secured their first set win. Remember, if they win 2 in a row, or not 2 in a row, basically, you know what I'm saying. If they win 2 matches, they go through, because there's only 3 in each group. We'll be back to you as we set up the lobbies in 2 shakes of a pug's tail. Okay, we are back in the room, and yes, we are on trial number 5 5 as we fly through our first qualification of Group B1. Prophecy already have 1 point under their belt with their first set win over Twist of Fate. Twist of Fate, over Insanity. Sorry, it's the order that we're doing things here confuses me.
I was about to correct you, but...
Well, whatever, Charlie. I saw it in your face. It's lucky I didn't. And now we're with Twist of Fate and Insanity, which is a 15-point apiece. So 16 points Insanity's killer will want to get, which is basically a 2k and 1 fresh as a daisy. And well, Twist of Fate will need to do 5 gens and escape with less than what I've just said. So probably 2 fresh as a daisy survivors, or the equivalent of 12 points in hooks as they escape. Whatever way your abacus goes, it's up to you. We know what the points are and the point difference, and we see the everyday pizza turning up as the Demogorgon against Groom, Mika, STS, and obviously not me, as the majestic leap of the cheetah-like pizza as the demo finds its first victim.
Someone immediately.
It's obviously not me. Gets hit.
Pizza definitely thinks it's him, though.
Shredding.
Was it you that stole my snackies?
Obviously not me, bruh, as he comes round. Pre-dropping the pallets, Jolie.
I mean, you have to.
Was the aura reading stuff banned? I'm looking at the add-ons, the strange add-ons to the demo.
No, they're the normal add-ons, actually.
Are they?
They're both shredding. They are the barb glasses, which reduce the shred cooldown after breaking walls or pallets, and the black heart, which reduces the shred cooldown after special attack. So they're both the shred add-ons.
What was the Lycan is when you go through the tunnel, it gives everyone away, right?
Yeah, but it was nerfed pretty heavily. Changed, I'd say. It was an overall nerf, but I guess changed would be the
saltiness of the flashlight as it tries to get away. Obviously not me on the hook, and we just see the blinding there as Tiga is being tracked and sniffed out by Pizza as they're coming around the corner there and just tries to make it to the edge. Will they get to? There's no pallet there to save him as Stiga goes down. Now
Tiga really missing out on that pallet that obviously not me dropped prior.
Now, this is aggressive gameplay by Pizza. Leaving 1 slugged on the ground means that the survivor would have to go over, which means 3 people at least aren't on the gen. And, well, a cheeky firecracker goes down to distract as he leapt out the window, but obviously not me. Is now going on for their second stage. Stiga is now on. Is there particular balancing on the Demogorgon there?
Similar to Wesker more often than not. I'm looking at it right now, and it's very, very similar to Wesker, but it's less than the Executioner, actually.
I'll just guess what it is, will I?
Adrenaline, Blood Rush, Botany Knowledge, Dead Hard, Decisive Strike, Deliverance, Desperate Measures, Sympathetic Connection, Inner Healing, Overcome,
yes, all right,
and Unbreakable.
I get you. Here's Mika.
The usual perks, you know.
Yeah.
The ones worth mentioning are DS, Deliverance, Unbreakable. Sprint Burst is a massive one because it's an exhaustion perk.
We haven't seen that many survivors escape with these lower down tiers, where we see more escape on the S tier with the unlimited balancing. So there's something to be said about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you have access to all of the exhaustion perks, it definitely helps you escape a lot more.
Now, do we see a snowball opportunity? Is Insanity going to go insane and get the whole squad down? Well, Mika's just healed themselves, but this is in trouble as obviously not me is being pursued. Tried to go for a sneaky little window here, but missed.
I don't know how that missed. Usually that's a hit. Maybe it's the new vault changes.
Well, I mean, look, if he would have gotten by sideways as he went through the window, that would be a bit off.
What do you mean? He nibbles his foot. He just hits on his foot.
Nibble his foot. He's not a guppy. Down he goes. And this could be the end, but I think this is going to cost him a gen. Or 2.
I mean, it's if it's just one gen, he will gladly pay the price, you know? Getting a kill this early in the match is pretty massive.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, blast mine once again.
Jolie's favourites. The toxicity of a blast mine. But the extra amount of points or time it gives survivors that it has to double kick that gen, especially when they're proxying.
Yeah.
Is very valuable.
I'm kind of surprised that he hasn't been using his portals like at all. He has 2 portals down out of the 6.
He hasn't needed to. The survivors are very bunched together this time, right? They'll need to get one of them, and there's the hit that you were looking for previously that didn't hit. A tip or just a claw hit the cankle.
Yep, just nibbled their foot.
Satiga.
A little bit of a munch on the
We
foot
hear
there.
the vault. We're at Shack.
That's Groom, I think. Once again, I mean, Groom is just spreading these blast mines out.
I mean, it does give valuable time. We do see Pop kick in there, cutting through that gem progress like a knife through butter.
Wow. He's using that that power to traverse the map. That's very unusual to see from demo players.
Oh, there's 4 the people used. And he's trying to get that side hit jumping forward. And it's a kind of hit and miss. And I'm not sure if that was a live or the baseline hit in why they leapt out the window in front of them. Hoping that they'd kill it.
Really deadly with those powers though.
I saw a broken status there. Was that a renewal? Can't have been. Was it?
It must have been. If it wasn't for the people. It wasn't Delhi, so it must have been a renewal. It is not banned. Renewal is available.
Amazing. Jen's churning around. You hear the vault, and that Jen has been popped again.
Yep, it is Groom. Once again, leaping
Majestically.
like a cheetah.
Like a flying squirrel from tree to tree.
This is a
Oh my word!
The right arm of the demo just scratches Mika's face as they're crouching around the pallet.
I think that was a double back went wrong there, because that was just a strange hit.
I mean, he wanted to get the stun for sure, but he just wasn't getting it. Oh my goodness gracious, this gen has been popped so many times.
He's been blinded by it at least 3 times and gone through it at least 3 times, the survivors, but lo and behold, they managed to scrape another gen off there. But Insanity has started strong.
Go live being used.
Now, in trouble here. Mika is on death hook. Stiga is down. Is he going to go for? He's going to go for the Meeks.
I mean, he can. He has the 0 pallet here. No filler pallet, meaning easy down.
He's going back.
Is Groom still working on that gen?
Oh no. This could be the end. This could be the end. And it is.
Yep. No daily available if he can get everyone on the hook.
Insanity's killer, Pizza, woke up this morning not with pizza on his mind, but with Twist of Fate survivors as he devours them as the demo pop. As they all find their way onto a hook. Deliverance is a band. There's no way off. No way out.
He might be a meat lover pizza. So he just chops the survivors in bits and puts it on the pizza.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
It's a demo. He eats people.
I like to think Demogorgon doesn't eat pizza.
He eats people. So if you just put people on pizza, he might eat it.
Well, whatever he's put on pizza, it is the flavor of Twist of Fate, because we see a 4K and 3 with a Demogorgon, which means Insanity have taken their first set. Prophecy have a set under their belt. Insanity have a set under their belt. Next up is... Who is it? Twist of Fate versus Prophecy. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind.
And we're going to see once again Twist of Fate coming up with the Mastermind.
This is the final one, isn't it? This is the final set.
Of this group, yeah.
Of this group. And Twist of Fate will be wanting to win this set, and it will be one set apiece, and it will go on overall match points. I'm not even bothering looking at that. It's too exciting. But if Prophecy win this next set, they will be qualifying in B1, the first team of the weekend to qualify. We will be back to as we set up that lobby in 2 shakes of a Pug's Tail. Okay, we are back in the room and we are on our final trial. Trial number 6 of our first qualification game of our Pugdom and Champions of the Fog partnership for League B. Prophecy, Twist of Fate and Insanity are the teams competing to see who will win the group to go through that first all-important position in B1. Prophecy have 1 set under their belt. Insanity have 1 set under their belt. And Twist of Fate will be looking to win their first set so they will go to overall match points. Prophecy are the surviving team against Twist of Fate's killer. Win conditions are down. It is a 4K and 3 Twist of Fate will need to do to make sure they win this first set. And well, Prophecy, and when I say all they need to do is 4 gens to be able to clinch this set based off the last win conditions. Jolie, thoughts, queries, qualms, hurrahs, dramas?
This is going to be a really, really hard set for TOF, considering that it's a 4K3 with the Mastermind on Records Yard. Prophecy has proven to be a very sneaky and corrupt-avoiding surviving team, as well as really good when it comes to getting those people out.
Well, only time will tell, and we are about to find out as Buey, Professor Ryan, Phoenix, Lumi take on, and Lewis take on Baboosh, who apparently loves Monkey.
That's a different skin, isn't it? I think that is
a different skin to Life, or just the one that we've been seeing before? I think it's the Blight skin, no?
Yeah, it is a Blight skin, but he didn't use that one before. We didn't see the drooling blighted serum knife before. We saw the normal knife.
Maybe this.
Quite like this one.
Maybe this is his good luck skin. His awesome skin.
Maybe.
Well, let's see. Round we go. Corrupt, the first perk choice. And there it comes down a pallet. Buey. Adding insult to injury as we go down. And we have the same 2 add-ons as we said before. The Breakable of the Planets and the Unicorn. Which is, what was it, 20% further 20%. On the first and 20% less on the second.
Yep, exactly.
See, I learn something every day. Slap of the pallet goes down as the chase now is being pursued as Phoenix is at a tile, pre-drops it down, makes short work of it, not going to make it back. Oh, didn't use his power to skip across there. I think he probably would have got in there.
Pallet, you can.
There's a cooldown period on it, was there?
Yep. Whenever you use the pallet, you have a little animation.
Well, that probably explains it. My limited knowledge of the Mastermind. As we run round, Phoenix is doing well to juice around this tile and swings back and goes through. He did go through, and here comes the blocker as Buey tries to protect his teammate. He's going to throw him into him. No, and tosses him like a rag into the side of the shack as Baboosh now pursues. The survivors seem to be everywhere like a flock of seagulls.
Yep. And they use Live there to try and get some distance. They're going to go to Fun Bus.
Everyone has fun on the party bus, including Buey as he's running round and juicing the killer. Slaps down again, twice in a row as Baboosh, the anger, starts to filling their veins as the first gen is done. We probably will see another gen done. Oh, and there we go. A double
nice.
ping.
And you did see, yeah.
And a
Double
flash bang right in front. Babush feeling the pressure. And Buey acting the maggot, running round. Annoying the killer. Gets to the... Oh, I thought that was going to go down for a third one, but Babush managed to get it. But a good run from Buey as three gens. Just
He
one
did a
more.
4K3.
Well, he did.
Can only tie it now.
Only tie the set now. And that is the first hook.
I mean, considering that we saw 2 survivors get chased and a third one at one point, it's pretty amazing that they got 3 gens done so fast.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, this is what happens. You commit to a chase for too long, or you don't commit to a survivor long enough and break it across relative free. I don't know if you noticed, but Prophecy were coming in blocking and taking the attention away, which worked because it kind of broke it away, and then Buey had a nice little juicy run going around there. Now it's Phoenix's time. Buey off hook. He's going to leave them. But look at the spread of gens. It's only a matter of time before that fourth one goes. Twist of Fate in a little bit above her.
Do it, do it, do it. Oh.
Go on, Baboosh. I just like saying Baboosh.
Poor performance indeed.
I say, no matter what he wants to do now, or they want to do.
Oh, DS? That
Oh!
was a very weird DS.
Off into battle. That was a very strange DS. One, I thought it was banned, but obviously it's not. And two, it was strange. Are you hearing weird noises?
Yeah, I did.
It was like a treble hooked noise.
Oh, Dead Heart is banned, not Decisive Strike, and so is Deliverance.
Well, there we go. Just the good ones for the people. Phoenix
Immediately.
trying to heal their bruh. And it was very strange seeing these two play on different teams last season. Buey and Phoenix. Some cracking matches, we saw that. But they've done well. And it does look like when this gen probably goes in the next 5 seconds that they've secured their second set.
I mean, he
There
is
we go.
focused. There you go. But he is really focused on Buey here.
Well, I mean, you would be. He wants some revenge on the little blighter because he did do a free gen juice on him. I think it's only a matter of time before the others. He's decided to commit, and this is all about pride at this stage. I think some of these teams also signed up for qualifiers in B2 as well, so this may not be the last time that we see any of them. But there we go. Prophecy have won 2 sets in a row, which means they are the ones that qualify into B1. And Insanity and Twist of Fate will have to try their chances. And it's if that's Buey pallet stunning him again, that's 4 times he's got in this game. He's just going to have a baboosh pallet stun montage. Exit gates are open. Professor Rhyme is fresh as a daisy. Buey's on death hook. Phoenix is fresh as a daisy, and so is Luis.
Are we going to see the body blocks come in?
Well, they're healing themselves. They're going to leave no person behind. Can Buey last? The pallet gets cracked. That gate is not being worked on. And down goes Buey.
Found out about Noed.
Oh my God, the team have come in to try and save him. Just the insolence of them with that flashlight. Who was it? I bet you it's Phoenix. Has to be, with the flashlight.
So it's Professor Ryan? I don't know who has a flashlight here.
There, it's Phoenix. It had to be.
Is that all you?
And he's just throwing them out.
Yeah, wants it to be over. Really wants to secure down Buey. Noed was cleansed very quickly.
I didn't even see that Noed was cleansed.
I mean, there's so much going on.
He can still get him.
Phoenix out.
If he can get him in an angle. Oh no, he couldn't.
Is that what he's trying to do?
Yeah, he was trying to throw him away from the gate and get the health state.
Oh, has he crawled his way over? Do you know where he is? He's at hatch. Guarantee he
100%.
escapes out hatch.
100%.
Has to escape out hatch. Is he there? And he does.
Yeah.
All the distractions while Prophecy dragged themselves over to hatch. Just the faithful, they're being clever, but what a tremendous finish by Prophecy as they take their qualifying space. And what an overall. Well done to Twist of Fate and Insanity, and of course their captains and their players. We are now over for another treat of a glorious group of Endless. One of the finalists last season. Great team against Midnight and Downfall. We'll be setting up them lobbies with these new challengers, and congratulations to Prophecy who go into B1. We will be back to you in slightly longer than 2 shakes of a pug's tail, as the next game will be kicking off around 5 p.m. See you soon. Okay, we are back in the room. I am the Pug King. I am joined by Jose Le Barbarioso, Jolie the Barbarian, caster extraordinaire, and Huntress main legend among his people, but that's about it. I am Pug King. I'm not showing my beautiful face because I've had an accident with lots of stitches on a bad fall when some peasant bumped into me and I slipped over. Well, no one really cares about that. We are on qualifier number 2, and it is between Endless, Midnight, and Downfall. Now, Endless, as you know from last season, made it all the way to the semis. A really good, strong team. They are back again, and let's see what Midnight and Downfall bring. Jolie, who are the killers? The buffet that we're looking at this evening, as well as the maps.
Well, on this set of teams, they actually decided to have a pretty variety of killers. We're not going to see all executioners that we saw prior. We're going to go for the Wrecker's Yard once again, but we're going to see the likes of Executioner, Demo, Artist, and even Singularity.
Ooh, a whole buffet. Variety
Yep.
is the spice of life, but Nox is the one who's turned out for Endless against Verblosi, Loa, Barkusu, and AXO. And Adam, who is Verblosi, is the first to be found. Very quick as Nox pursues. Firecracker goes down. Pursuing isn't going to make it to that toll. Takes a swing, runs through, and tries to make it to the fun party bus where Jolie likes to hang out.
I absolutely hate the bus.
Why do
As a killer main, it's pretty.
Oh, what a
Not
little.
trying to be smart, but forgot that it actually doesn't go through terrain.
Well, I think Verblosi was doing the Verblosi shuffle at the window, but he's going to take the hit there now, and Nox isn't going to make the same mistake twice, as we see the speed of Verblosi crawling along the ground there, but that will go for the first hook. I think we've got another 5 to 10 seconds before we see a first gen go. But a good start. Corrupt has been lifted and used. Scourge Hook is the scream and agitation as it was carried over to it. A free of the perks that have been identified from Nox's build. As Verblosi takes the first hook, we should see a gen pop anytime now. The survivors have been pretty hidden.
There you go. Yep. I mean, we saw someone run off from that gen that he just kicked. And there you go, another one over there in Shack.
Who was that, Lower? Was that Lower creeping around Shack?
Part.
The crackling of a gen over there being worked on. You see the sparks flowing up on the right-hand side.
I mean, 3 of the gens are definitely being worked on, and these 2 are in very close proximity. He might want to, like, check in on Shack gen and just scare away whoever is there.
Well, Midnight trying to crack this 3-4 gen that we've seen spawning each time on this map. Virtually identical the RNG has been the last qualifying group that we saw there. Lower managed to get Verblozy down before goes on to second, but gets a hit off on both of them. Tries to run some interference, but Nox is only interested in Verblozy as he jumps in and a head-on. The cheekiness, the disrespect, as we see Shaq Gen just pop off there as the first and blocks him.
Oh, almost Verblozy, almost.
Well, there's no decisive. Lower is now healed, but this is 2. I think this is going to cost him another gen. He's going to hang on to it. I think they're going to do that one, and it does. Hangs on to it right by it.
Shift W. That's, ooh,
I mean,
wow, that's a very
was that
long...
an extended...
Yeah, he has double range add-ons. Wax Doll and Burning Man's Painting. Adding 2.5 meters total to the Rites of Judgment there.
Oh, and the Wax Doll adds on 1 meter, where the other one adds on...
1.5.
1.5.
Yep.
For some reason I thought it was a duration, but there we go. Verblozy looks like they're going to die on hook, but I wouldn't pull it past them. I think Midnight are utilizing the hook time well.
Yeah, they are. And they're getting really quick heals, though. Very strange that the resets happen very, very often and very, very quickly. Are they using the medkit for those resets, or do they have any sort of healing perks that help out?
Well, it looks like Verblozy's time has come, and you would hope that Midnight have used the sacrifice of their dear comrade well, with a ping or 2.
Look at that, immediately.
Well, there we go, has run off. And dragging him away. Could only mean there's one over there, behind. No one's on that one. Oh, and there he was. I think I'm not sure if they saw it, just thought they'd check it. Because it was unusual to be pulled so blatantly up front away. And Nox did well to have the game sense to have a look. But Barcozio is now down. He's managed to run into the other survivors. And there's Iaxo.
I mean, the survivors were doing really well, but now it seems that they're panicking a little bit here. They keep running into each other when running away from the killer.
Well, I think that first one was unlucky. I think Lowe was trying to pull him away, and just Nox decided to have a quick check, make sure they didn't leave, because they knew how much progress that gen is. Lowe has obviously gone back and has run off early. You'd like to think it is progress well. There is no gen regression perks as such, apart from Scourge. With 2 tokens left.
We've seen him kick the gen, so we know for a fact that he does not have pop. Oh, this is the one that's bleeding out. It's the beautiful and the favorite survivor of Pug, Kate Denson.
It's not my favorite survivor. Aces. Just think.
You're always saying the beautiful Kate Denson. I thought
she's beautiful.
That, she was your favorite. He is like proxy camping this really, really well.
Well, doing a good job. Now, at what cost, though? There's another gen. It's not... It's the position of that hook not being able to oversee, because that's that free gen broken with that gen being done by exit gate there, because he does go on to second, but at what cost? The pressure that was on Nox could have been asserted slightly differently if we would have projected that over there rather than the hook, and there we go. There's the split. And that was the problem of not protecting that on the first. It kind of splits it over.
Once again, trying to get the pallet dropped onto the killer's head ends up not working out.
Now, this is fresh as a daisy, XO, is the first thing. What they want to do now, I'm not saying that they're able to get off that 4th jet, but the split is if they're able to split the map with Lower, who is fresh as a daisy, worth 6 valuable points.
That is
would
really
be the target, isn't it? But
One
it's
on
harder
the
with
other
two.
side of the
It's
map.
harder with two. So although it's nasty, it's still not over. Axo really needs to be getting off. Especially doesn't want to find the survivor. But Loa is the one he wants if he was to get one.
I mean, it's the only one fresh left. If he could get Bartkosius, it would be really good for him, making this a 2v1. Definitely increasing his chances of getting.
Oh,
4K.
he's seen Barkosi. Barkosi doing that gem right there. I think that's an error that they'll look at over the VODs, where they could potentially. The sacrifice AXO dead could be on the gen. There could be one over on that far side and one on the other far side, and they'd at least get that one off.
It has to be Loa though. Loa has to be. Is the only.
Well, it doesn't
thrower
matter.
that
They're
could.
so far away from each other. Now EXO's gone on to second stage. That would have been.
You don't need to camp anymore. You can just go check the gens.
I mean, from the survivor side, that survivor probably could have got that off. If someone was over this side and one was over the far side, at least one of them would have. And sacrificed AXO.
Yeah, but Barkosius was on the gen and Loa is fresh, so I guess they didn't want to risk it. One is on Deathlock, one is fresh, so it's really poor choosing either way, right?
I don't know. I think you can make a strategic choice there. Now Nox has that viewing point. And if they had that gen just by exit door, then it would have been much easier. But Nox, fair play to him, has managed to pull it back. Because Axo will be going out. Because as you said, they're not going to the risk. And that's going to make that getting that 5th gen out, which could be the win condition overall. Oh, they did!
Go.
Well, that's what I was saying. If they had it split one side of the map to the other, but they doubled up on the other side.
Smart. The 2v1 actually works out.
The heart in the mouth now. Oh! Not only do we see, I think that's a smash hits as well as he pegged off after getting the wood into Nox's face, but then we heard an alert, and that can only mean no way out on the exit doors.
Oh, Nox.
Because he's down and Loa's there. Nox is going for the 4K. 4K and 0.
He could have just a final judgment Barkosius there and went for the hatch and started the endgame collapse. It would have put a lot more pressure onto Loa here.
I disagree with you. Look how far away the exit doors are. I mean,
yeah,
he knows what side they're on. He's not going to make
both
it
of
for
them,
one
actually.
side. I don't know. We're agreeing to disagree a lot today, Jolie. And we always know what I'm
That's
right.
good.
I'd say he's in the locker.
Probably. I wouldn't think that past him.
I don't think
I mean,
he's
no
made
out
it
just
past.
ended.
I don't think...
So
Oh, I would say he's back over there. We could see the light. No?
he can actually see both gates.
The pressure. The heartbeat.
Check
What?
it. Yep.
It's Nox to do. Endless is Nox against Midnight's Loa and Bart Koziu, who is laying on the floor. Where are they?
If he's on that gate, he's gonna be able to get out.
They seek him there. They seek him there.
No.
Where is Loa? She's everywhere. There's
Have the bleed outs been changed? No, right? They're still worth 1 point.
Well, it doesn't matter. Even if Barkosa bleeds out, it's worth 1 point. It's 1 point per stage. So he's on the final stage. He's on Death Hook, which is worth 1 point. Bleeds out, it's 1 point. Now, if Loa was down and bled out, that would be 1 point per stage rather than the 6 points. But if Loa gets out with them 6 points, Endless will be kicking themselves.
Yeah. That would be a massive blow. I mean, considering that Nox already lost that last gen due to him going to the other side of the map, he really doesn't want to lose Loa's 6 points.
Who has the greater patience? The players,
I'd say
the killers,
just sit on the hill.
or the casters?
I'd say just sit on the hill, wait for the bleed out to happen.
It's funny, I said to Leger, who's on Endless, don't hide out the whole game. And what happens Midnight doing it to him instead? Remember the famous treatment theatre game that went on for like
due
weeks.
to the Wraith. Due to the Wraith having
Dragon's Grip.
To be fair, it was really good. Like they didn't let go of.
You see, this is the patience now. It's bit by bit. Nox is going to keep looking to try and find, and Lower, if that has the patience, will take advantage to see if they can get out or not.
Now the choice here is: do you start on a gate?
Are we going to see a
when...
Mission Impossible? Are we going to see a hatch play?
That's what I was going to say. Either you start on the gate as soon as the bleed out is going to happen, or what are you doing?
Oh no! Well, he saw
goodness.
something we didn't, and I don't know how.
Wow! And he immediately goes
Dum
for it too.
dum dum dum
Cage
dum
him.
dum dum dum
No,
dum
cage
dum
him.
dum 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 dum.
That was like
How?
How did you see that?
I mean, we need to look at that.
I mean, look at he was so confident too, right? It's not like he went there on accident. No, he was so confident that he saw something shimmer over there in the distance, and immediately finds
Just a
well,
wisp.
Full 4K though.
Got a 4K in 0. Well, the win conditions are down. Tough for there. I thought Midnight were going to skin Endless, but it was a 4K. They did 5 gens. A good clash of the Titans. Well, it's Midnight that's up killing next against Downfall Survivor. So we'll set up them lobbies and we'll be back to you in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Okay, we are back in the room for our second qualifier of this evening, trial number 2 with Endless, Midnight and Downfall. We saw Endless Killer take on Midnight Survivor on the first trial. We're now on Midnight's Killer taking on Downfall Survivor, and we are again on Wrecker's Yard for this qualifying match. I believe we're changing to Azeroth's after this set, but unfortunately I won't be here. It will be Jolie and one of our newcasters, Ben. But first up, with Midnight killing, who's the killer, Jolie?
Oh, it's going to be Demogorgon, little demo, the one that left DBD for a while and is probably not coming back.
He's still? Oh, you mean in regards to purchasing?
Yeah.
I went to try and get him. I do
everything.
have it on console, but I went to get him and it's $300, and I thought, I love the Demogorgon, but do I love to pay $300 for a skin because of the bastards with the keys? Anyway, we have a Lower who hopefully didn't pay that amount of money and see their skills for Midnight against an ace. I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce that name. Hybrid Bobby and Mr. Useless.
Will he be useless, though? That might just be the opposite of what he is, you know?
Well, normally it is a double bluff when someone self-deprecates themselves. They're normally probably godlike, like the king himself. Anyway, we see Corrupts, the perk of choice of this evening, of the season, of ever, that killers bring into competitive DBD, as the Lower is crunching their arms, jittering. I don't know if that is the screen.
That's a twitch. That's probably a twitch on his right click. No, it's completely normal. That's just him clicking on the right click a lot. Boom! Slammed right on across Bobby's face.
Well, Bobby is in trouble. The Nia is being pursued by the Demopot. Tries to take refuge in Shack. He's going to try and big brain it as he goes around the outside. Probably run off to next tile. Smart move as it comes, but comes back inside towards the Demo. I think that's a mistake. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was a cunning play as a head-on comes on and distracts. And they've all disappeared like a ghost. Lucky break, head on.
Lucky break is such a good perk when it comes to making it so that survivor can escape. And it's probably if Deliverance was available, probably the Deliverance person would use Lucky break.
Downfall memeing it in their first game of our qualifiers for Pugdom League B and Champions of the Fog.
Let's hope that the memes won't be their downfall.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh, a smack in the face.
That was almost like
And wow.
a slow-mo pallet to the face. But that one wasn't, but managed to hit through it remarkably so. But a ping, and that ping went off twice, even though it only was one gen. There's some audio weirdness going on with DBD at the moment. But it's a one-for-one.
It's completely normal when it comes to spectating. We do know that spectating is not as optimized as it should, and it was flying hybrid there.
Hybrid hiding in the tires in between, and
Another head-on. Damn,
Who
Mr. Useless
is
proving very useful.
who is doing that?
It's Mr. Useless.
Mr. Useless is not useless after all. All he does is hide in lockers and annoys the killer. He seems to always be there. If he gets him again, he's going to go for a hat trick of head-ons.
Yep.
I'll give a sub to myself. I'll gift a sub if he gets him a third time.
Oh, someone messed up a skill check.
Alerts.
Use proxy camping. It's going to be a hook trade if anyone comes in. Nope, I don't think anyone's going to come in. Well, probably could have just put a portal down and used it to traverse the map, but decides not to.
I don't know, the demos that we're seeing have decided not to bother with portals these days.
Yeah. Really not using the portals at all.
I think it's just for the leapy action.
Oh, there you go. There's Mr. Useless. He's not going to chase. He wants to camp this out till the end.
You remember the good old days, putting a portal down, going through the portal, using the Lycan to see where everyone was, chasing them. They were good times.
But Lycan now only works... so they made two changes. First of all, it only works while you're traversing underground. So that's when you get the aura reading, and then when you come out, it only gives you the aura reading of survivors that are within 60 meters of an active portal.
It's the hook trade. Didn't even bother going after them, which was a strange move, considering how long he waited off.
I mean,
Maybe confident.
He can just go after him right now.
Well, if he finds him.
He really likes to twitch those hands. Just a habit, I guess.
I like to think.
Oh.
We see if we got... No, it didn't went that way. Went back and hit there. I was trying to do some different angles to see if we could stop this annoying twitching.
I mean, just think of him as he's just warming up his claws, you know? Just doing some hand exercises while killing survivors, you know?
It must be annoying to play, right?
No, it's probably just something that people get used to. It's like tapping your feet, you know? They just tap the right muscle button. Second gen popped. Mr. Useless probably gonna go on to second here, not for free, but almost. One gen isn't really a good trade for 2 stages.
Well, consider we nearly camped out
the
ace, and we're still 2 gens down. Downfall really need to step up their progress.
I mean, I understand. I completely understand what he's doing. He's basically splitting the map into the survivor side and his side. Whoever comes to his side, he will go after. And he does have 2 gens in close proximity here in his side of the map, so... Who's going to come in for the save? It has to be one of the fresh ones. It has to be either Hybrid or Bobby. You do not want the ace to come in for the save. Oh, he just missed a skill check. Oh, damn.
Well, Useless is on his way out. Just saw an alert there. I think that's why he punished him to do that. Bobby now being pursued by Loa.
Loa just like he's just utilizing the shred as a mind game. He hasn't really used many shreds so far. Trying to get the mind games in.
It's been a fairly less
Slow game?
aggressive. I would say less aggressive game of demo that I would be used to. Lower using it more proxying and ensuring the stages, which is smart during a qualification, especially from a point perspective. Bobby had no chance to go down, but I think Downfall was stepping up their progress. I think they've been cycling across the map because they've done 3 pretty quickly within 60 seconds of each other.
Well, they're definitely trying to. They're definitely trying to get a bunch of progress on one gen, move on to another, just in case the demo comes in.
Exactly.
But now it's like it's a really, really bad setup of gens for Loa here.
I mean, that's where at least 2 of them are now. Ace is on Death Hook. The Neo will be going on to second. Hybrid is fresh as a daisy. But I think they're pulling away here because we know that 5th gen is going to be done now. Bobby pulled him across.
Let's see.
And
Probably on the other side.
I suspect
we know for a fact that middle gen isn't progressed.
If they stop hitting or missing skill checks, would help them.
I mean, it's a lot of regression when they do, yeah.
But the skill check was missed in Shaq. He went to the wrong one, I think.
No, I think he went to check the...
Yes, and you see the scratch marks there? It's shredding their way through.
Another pop.
And there's Pop. So we know all the perks is Pop, Bamboozle, Corrupt, and Scourge.
I do have to say that Shaq gens this time around have received so many Pop.
Oh yes, Shaq gens have not been the friend to survivors. The killers have been just bullying them every game, cutting them down to size. Now he's on Death Hook.
Yeah, it's going to become a 2v1 once again. But will this team be able to do the same thing that that Midnight did?
I mean, the spread of Jet. Just looking at the spread. Now, the one benefit for the Demopop is that I know, right? They're giving away where we are. The pressure.
I swear, if they hadn't missed that many skill checks, they would have actually been able to get that gen because it's like a -7-10% per skill check. It's so much. It's so punishing to make a skill check.
It'd be interesting
More
to
so
see
in comp.
if Downfall are able to get this last one out. They should be if Hybrid can juice. Oh. It's going to go the long way round.
I mean, he can, considering that Claudette just goes into a corner here.
Down it goes. Now, is that far one, or is it going to be Shaq? He's going to leave them.
Put a portal down. What are you doing, Nova? Why did you put a portal down? Oh, my goodness. I can't watch. They could have just put a portal down and teleported. Which they will do, but they decided to walk the Shaq first.
Now, that's very strange that they hadn't got that one done. Oh, well, I suppose it was 75%. Maybe I've been a little bit too critical.
75 on that gen is a pretty nice progress, considering that they were 2v1ing here at the end.
Well, I think they've done themselves. The pressure got to them, missing them skill checks, giving it away.
Yeah,
has cost them a bit of the game, right? They could have had that 5th gen gone.
No, 100%. Yeah, I mean, considering that they missed like 3 or 4 skill checks on Shaq gen, I'm pretty sure that they would have definitely been able to get Shaq gen done by the time that Demo got it. Oh, that's not an unbreakable.
No.
That's definitely Bobby there.
So he knows where they both are.
Goes to the right side of the map.
Imagine they
seeing if anyone's
interrupt a
coming.
healing party going on in the corner, which is a possibility.
I don't know. I don't think you'd want to spend time resetting. I stand completely corrected.
Bobby's healed.
Yep. Bobby is healed.
Which is strange, because you'd want to heal Hybrid, because he's fresh as a daisy, and you'd want him getting out by a hatch. They're reset.
Yeah, they've both reset. That is such a strange...
No,
option
of course you'd reset the two. Like, one needs to go either end, like before. One at the one end and one at the other. They just have to get there without being seen by the Demogorgon.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If one of them is spotted, it's going to spell out trouble. Oh, I say that.
No, it's the glow of totems everywhere. I keep getting distracted by that as well. You think it's the strange glow of also the portals. Oh!
Oh, there you go. There's one.
I mean, I screamed
Bobby.
there. Bobby scared the bejesus out of me. I was like looking so far in the distance, and a little Nia's beanie head pokes out. But a spring and a miss. Is lower now. It's proceeds. We needed a pre-drop that. In trouble here. Goes down. Runs off.
Not going to buy a lot of time, considering they're using the that add-on.
It's another
And again,
another skill check.
Yeah, this doesn't happen. A single skill check. I don't know what's happening. Hybrid, just like, why? At this point, I think Loa slipped him a 50 to make him miss the skill.
Now
check.
scratch marks all over the place. Are they going to make it? He's standing there. He is fully healed. He's
Max,
blocking him. No, he did it wrong. He did it wrong. He did it wrong. Oh no, man down, man down. He could have blocked him, and he did. Oh, he got out.
He actually, oh my goodness.
Oh, I was
can't
criticizing the
believe it.
survivor, and he managed to escape.
Loa
Fresh.
had so much time to get the down and pick up.
I thought that he wasn't blocking the killer, squeezed the way in. I thought he was going to close it in his face, but the survivor managed to get out. Well, what a dramatic game. We are moving on to trial number 3 of our qualifier number 2, where Downfall will now be killing against Endless's survivors. And, well, shaping up to be quite a thrilling group. We'll be back to you in 2 shakes of a pug's tail. Okay, we are back in the room. I am the Pug King. I'm joined by Jolie the Barbarian. We are on trial number 3 of qualifier number 2. We saw Prophecy take the first spot of B1. Now Downfall, Endless, and Midnight are battling it out. We are on trial number 3. Downfall are now killing against Endless survivors, and we are at the Wrecker's Yard with a Crow Mummy. Jolie, any tips, tricks, queries, qualms, dramas, hurrahs?
I mean, not really, but I do expect.
Well, I'm glad
you're
here then.
I do expect the artist to be very deadly if the survivors decide to stay on loops, because she is probably one of the best anti-loopers in the game with the crows.
Well, it depends if they play it right, and we are.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
Oh my God, straight off the bat, homing missiles from Pacifist Papi, El Papi, against Nox, the French Looper's eyes and mean. It's Pacifist Papi.
And it looks really cool. Like, it sounds and looks really cool, this skin right now.
Let's see if we can see it from a survivor perspective.
Oh, there's the
Oh
blind.
no, I went the wrong way. Let's see if we can see it from this side. And there it is, the dragon skin that fires crows. A dragon that fires crows. Yes, you heard it here. As French Looper is being pursued by the killer. We're trying to get a good look as it goes round the tile. He's going to swing. Oh, it tries to go round, and the winds. Look at the
It looks so good.
monstrosity of the thing as the dragon carries him off. like a maiden being sacrificed in the Greek times to the god of Titan.
The god of Titan?
Titan, the Titan god. You know what I'm saying it quickly. I'm thinking of the coof.
Talking about Kronos or something?
Shut up.
Kronos is the Titan of time, by the way.
Kronos is the daddy of Titans.
Zeus. No. Wait.
Spawned by the testicle of one of them who's cut off. I can't remember. I listened to the audiobooks ages ago. This isn't a Greek mythology lesson. This is DBD, goddammit. Pacifist Pappy knows it and has gone after me and has taken a hit, not before a gen goes off.
I mean, he's not being pacifist at all.
Well, he's been an aggressive Pappy. El Papi.
He is making the survivors say El Papi for sure.
Well, I don't know. I think Endless are making him go into a pacifist because they're getting these gens done while there's a lot of action going around. They're probably bewildered by the skin as well.
Oh.
Oh, he
He
might
got
be in a
toppled by the crow.
little bit
So
of trouble
close.
as he runs in to take them crows. Doesn't drop it down. So Pacifist was respecting the pallet, which gave a few seconds away. And Endless still churning out them gens. They don't believe in resets. And I think they need to. Little bit of juice in as the French looper, living up to their name, did a fair bit of looping as 2 gens get done. As the dragon. Let's have a look at the dragon. It's been carried on. It's a weird...
I mean, the wings are just...
I mean, it's a weird bottom. Not that we're looking
Yeah,
at a
but-
dragon's bum, but
But the wings are just so bad for looping, I'm gonna guess. You can see them from a mile away.
I mean, yeah, maybe. Pacifist maybe getting off. This is the second. 3 gens for 2. He's going to cam that to death. I think he's going to regret that.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Although he's policing what, like a makeshift 3 gen by the flyer, the crows, and it's going to struggle. That one on the far left, other side of Shaq. And look at that sneakiness of Zeiss coming in there to act as a scourge as he's blocking. Oh no, it was Nox. Apologies. Taking the credit, Zeiss, as always. Joking. But Nox doing a good job there. Snuck in the back and acted as the blocker.
I mean, he's having a really hard time tracking, though.
I'm having a hard time tracking too. It's jittering all over the place.
Oh.
And there we go. The crow down. Oh, did well to shimmy backwards and forwards, and really from that angle showed. And live kicks in. Couldn't even get the swing and a miss. Goes through the other side. Was not being carried off. Oh, if he would, Nox would have made it over. That would have been expertly done. And back to the Pacifist Pappy. This drags over Nox, but did well. And I think we'll see a double ping go through. There's one. I think Endless weren't going to waste their time on that, but Nox is, and there we go.
There you go.
Endless being unforgiven in their endless pursuit of gen work as Nox goes on. Now, do they sacrifice Nox? Of course they were. The gate right in front of them scratched Nox.
Cold hard efficiency.
Now remember, Zeiss and Mean are fresh as a daisy. So they'd be doing well to get them 2 out fresh. Would put them in good standing for that set. But knowing Endless, the Pierre de la Resistance, as the French will not surrender and will want to get the all team out with some champagne DBD play. Or they'll just go mid and run out.
I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but, you know, if you're talking about the French... I'm joking.
I mean, careful there. Half of TPT Comp's French. Careful. Jolie got cancelled.
All I'm saying is national.
Do you remember that time? Do you remember that guy that used to cast with you? Is called Jolie. He said something about the French.
Nox goes in for second. I mean, they're really trying to get Nox out to their credit. They really are trying to get Nox out here.
Why? They should leave. This is Endless being too cocky now. Zeiss is fresh. If Zeiss gets traded, I'm going to DM them personally and say, what are you doing? I think they're confident they're going to get him out. They're blocking. Nox is down, crawling. Some heal tech. Means out, Nox out. They all got out.
Oh. I mean, but that was a close one there at the end.
Well, I never, ever doubted them for a second. Knew they were going to execute, but Endless did a fantastic job getting out against a strong killer with Downfall. Looked like they got, but the win conditions are down. We will be setting up the next lobbies for the order that we have these things. I think it's Endless. I think it's Endlessly Midnight. Anyway, we'll work it out, and we'll be back to you in 2 shakes of a Pug's Tail. Three, two. Messed up the timing. Okay, we are back. We are on trial number 4 of our second set of qualifiers between Endless Midnight and Downfall. We are back with Endlessly Midnight, and it's Midnight's time to kill. Endless faced Midnight Survivors with a 4K. Not before Midnight got off 5 gens. Well, Endless, for them to secure their first set of this evening, will need to do 5 gens and escape with a survivor. Any stage will do, will secure that. And, well, Midnight, all they need to do is a 4K and 1. That means a 4K and only 1 gen left to do with the survivors. Any tips, tricks for our contenders as we go in, as we see another Demogorgon game from the lower?
I mean, I'm going to find it interesting to see what lowest playstyle is going to be, because we saw the Executioner play a really, really good game and have really nasty setup, and even then they managed to finish those 5 gens. So if Loa keeps up not using those portals, they might find themselves in a bit of a pickle. And
I just remembered Loa's the twitchy Demogorgon player that we have just sat through, that likes to clinch their fists over and over and over again. What do you think some would choose an Executioner versus the Demogorgon?
I mean, Executioner is really good at tunneling. So you would try to get one survivor out of the match as soon as possible and then get that advantage from there. Demogorgon is not as proficient in the tunnel business. He is, however, very proficient.
I don't know. I thought you'd be able to get him down quicker with a Demogorgon, but at the end of the day, what do I know? And Leger, as he's changed his name to mess with my pronunciation of it, but that's Leger, is now being pursued, and I'm glad he's being pursued by Loa as he gains on him, and a pounce. They're not quite yet, and the pounce now. Oh, a little duck down by Leger.
I swear to God, that looks like he's. That looks like an announcer's way of saying Leger.
I mean, it's. Yeah. Leger is now on his first hook, and of course, it's all part of the fun. Midnight is one, but as we've seen, Endless are tirelessly, always endlessly working away on their objectives across the map. So we should see a ping or 2, but there's the first one. That one's been done there, 50% of the way. And we see Pop as a perk that's gone through, as well as Scourge. And we had the crinkling of the window, which also means Bamboozle. So we have identified all the perks. No end game, Jolie, on this particular one.
No end game. I mean, they're trying not to make it to the end game because they want the win con, right? They want the 4K1.
Yes, it's no safety net. It's all in, right? All in. 4K all and in. 1.
Put all the chips in, and maybe you'll get something out of it. Leger is getting camped on to second. Serves him well for changing his name.
Yeah. The insolence of Leger. Although I like saying it like that. But here he goes. He's now on to second. We've seen a lot more proxy camping. We didn't see as much last season. I'm not going to lie. There was a lot more aggressive.
Weird, right? Considering that the anti-camping mechanic was introduced, seeing more camping is a bit of a strange thing.
Well, you're not allowed to use it, right?
Yeah, but it just goes to show how killers now play. Oh, trying to get for the blind there.
Well, Leger's been saved by the French Lupo, who hook trades and is... No, he's going hook for hook. Again, which is, what a tactic we normally see is the hook trade, the person goes down, and then the tunneling commences. But killers are now taking time to pull it on. And as you see, Leger has managed to create some distance away rather than stretching the pressure, because if you leave one on the floor and then pursue Leger to get him down, it means one of the other survivors would have to come off a gen. Or perhaps slow it down. Or take that risk, right? But no, we've got...
Yeah, but at the same time, it's literally 3 points on the ground. It's 3 points on the ground that you're letting...
Yeah, but it's a short-term win, long-term foul, in my opinion. I think adding the pressure and seeing all these games is about stopping survivors doing the gens as quickly as they can. And if you take more out the game...
Is Leger here?
He's not, but Mean is.
The wincing of the Demogorgon as he misses the pounce there.
It's the inconspicuous yellow jacket that has not gave it away. And a pounce and a miss as Lower does as Mean shimmies around the back as another gen gets done.
Shack gen, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've divided the map into 2-2. Although these two are a lot closer than the other two. But the map has been successfully divided. So who's going to come in for the unhook? I think it's probably going to be either Mean or Zeiss who's going to hook trade here. And then run away. I mean, that's probably what's going to happen here. Someone's going to hook trade and he's going to have to... Tunnel. Doesn't go for the tunnel again.
It's almost like ensuring you get the first hook on each survivor. If you notice, says their camps, they send in the freshest for the hook trade. Goes on, he's ensuring it.
But a really nice tactic if you
didn't have a win condition,
round.
right?
Yeah, if it was the first round. But with the win con, you kind of can't do that anymore.
Yeah, it's well, look, if it works, it works. Lower's decided to leave him off there now.
Hello there, there's the Claudette.
And that gen's bubbling away nicely.
There's a pallet stun. Is there a smash hit?
No, and I think Looper's in trouble here. Didn't get off that hit, I think was lucky.
He would have been able to hit there if he wanted.
Oh, here's the blocker. And it's Leger, who's also on death hook.
Dead on hook, yeah. Both of them dead on hook, but he's able to actually save the Claudette there for a little while.
Nice little pounce through the pallet as he blocks him off and cuts him off and did well. French Looper is down. And there's a gen.
That's a gen, though.
I think you're going to see another gen go. Remember, French Looper is now out. Leger is injured off that. We sliding across to the other side.
Oh.
This could be a draw game.
I mean, it's shaping up to be one.
Unless we see another dramatic escape through hatch.
Shaping up to be one, considering that if he can get Leger out, it's gonna definitely make it a lot harder for survivors. But if he can't get Leger, I think survivors actually got this in the bag.
I keep calling him Leger now. It's gonna be his new name. Well, there is Mean's inconspicuous raincoat that was spotted from the other side of the map, and there was Leger with him. And where's Zeiss? Didn't see him around. Oh, and a miss as he shimmies back. I don't know, it's almost like he glided off him there. That
was very weird. Not at all something I was expecting to see. It looked like a blight missing a bounce there.
I don't know how unforgiving you are when that happens. It's like the worst thing you could possibly do. There's Zeiss.
That's not what you want, though. Balanced landing?
I think so. Either that or it's
Yeah.
the fastest woman in the world.
That was balanced landing, really well played. They really like to use all their perks to the maximum efficiency.
I mean, that's how you get the strongest teams, right? Endless would be one of the strongest that we've seen in League B. Were contenders for the crown. Although Calamity and Overheated were incredibly... saying that, all the teams last season were incredibly skillful.
He keeps like not committing to the. He's not committing to the pounds.
I think that gen where he's kind of running over to is the one that's going to be done.
Knows where the pallet is. You got to bounce. There you go.
Oh no, it was the one in just behind Shaq. Mean is down. He is fresh, but it's going to matter no difference if they have managed to get. All they need is one out.
And I think they're on that gate immediately. And it's probably going to be Leger who's going to leave. I bet it's going to be Leger.
Leger, who would look like who was going to be tunneled out. Surely Endless aren't going to come back. There's no end game perks. He's going to camp it out. As he said,
he's really frustrated about that one.
Well, there's the exit doors open. It's bizarre. You would at least go over and try and stop, right? Leger is the one who's out.
He is not saying, he is being like, nope.
I'm not hiding. Promise.
The frustration on Moa.
I want to see where Zeiss is. No, he's just left.
There you go. There, just left.
He's like, I don't want to leave. I want to go back. I want to help him. The Discord is shouting, no, what happens if it's a draw? Get out. We need as many points as we can. And then Zeiss finally leaves and says, okay, it's time to go. But Endless win their first set. I think we'll be back to you with either Midnight versus Downfall or Downfall versus Endless. I'll check which one it is, but
Endless versus Downfall.
Endless versus Downfall are up again as we go in, but they have secured their first set and will be looking to beat another one to get 2 sets in a row. We'll be back to you with this thrilling gameplay as we move on to the next lobby. We'll be back to you in 2 shakes of a Pug's Town. Okay, we are back in the room for trial number 5 of our qualifying group, and we have Endless, Downfall, and Midnight battling it out to see who'll join Prophecy as our first qualified group in B1. Well, Endless have 1 set under their belt, and they're now fighting for their second. They get this second one, they will guarantee their qualifying place. The win conditions are down. They've already gone against Downfall's Killer, where Downfall scored 10 points, and Endless with 18 as the survivors, where they did 5 gens, and all 4 survivors got out. 2 fresh as a daisy and 2 on Death Hook. Well, Downfall are going to need to do the same, and well, to be honest, they'll probably need 3 fresh as a daisy survivors. Very tough win conditions, but we've seen them built before. What would you give advice to the survivors on Downfall against a very strong Nox Crow Mummy Killer for Endless?
I honestly wouldn't know what advice to give besides split up as much as possible when it comes to chases. Because if Artists can get 2 people zoned out, that's the death of the game right there.
I think it's going to be very cautious, careful play, slow and steady, cycling around to try and make sure they get as many survivors out, because that was Endless with a vengeance, did a multitude of pings after a committed chase there, if we remember rightly.
Yeah.
Which caused that.
Just kept getting second chances.
Exactly. Well, Bobby has been seen, and Nox gets an early down. Not what they wanted to start off with. But the start that Endless wanted, but not what Downfall wanted. And hopefully it won't be their downfall. Do you like that?
Yeah,
I liked it.
That was a good one.
Wasn't it? Starting to get into my groove. Well, the crow's flying around all over the place.
Oh,
Searching for its
No.
next victim. No. It's a lot of camping, proxy camping out now. Isn't it?
I mean,
Every single game. It wasn't like that last season.
I mean, to be honest, the win condition is really favorable for Noct here.
I know.
Like, you can't really blame him for proxying.
Sometimes we see the panache and fun. Teams have got awfully serious these days. Maybe it's because we've increased the prize fund to a pool of $600 this season. Yummy.
Oh, what the? It looked like Bobby Quentin turned into a
Crow?
no, it's not
Blade of
Detective
Grass.
Pep. It's the other person. Keep forgetting his name.
Adam?
Adam, thank you. It looked like Quentin just turned into an Adam there for a second.
Okay. Jolie's been drinking. Oh, there's Mr. Useless.
That was a delayed one.
Mr. Useless needs to have his little head-on montage.
I mean, he keeps getting them, so.
He does love it. Does love an old head-on. Just hiding in shack all the time for that to be done.
Boom.
Well, he got him eventually after the cheekiness of the head-on. As that now goes on for their first hook for Mr. Useless. 2 in total.
Yep, that's 6 points already.
Yeah, I
Still
forgot
fresh
about
shots.
Endless's. They basically need 12 points or 11 points.
Yeah.
Which really is just a 2K. Or first stage on 4 different survivors.
Oh, an immediate for the people there on Mr. Useless. That's a weird decision to make. Who's this? Oh, that's
Well,
Bobby.
it would be if he put his body on the line for that, because the ace is now injured, and he is a fresh as a daisy worth of valuable 3 points. Remember, to need to get more than 10.
He's already up to 8. Only 1 gen done. 8 points already on the killer's side. This is not looking like a good one for the survivors. Oh, shimmy in and out of the locker.
No,
Pallet
not
gets dropped.
feeling
but
very comfortable.
What's gonna happen now? Yeah. And that's why you shouldn't have for the people. You would have had an extra health state there.
Oh, hindsight's a marvelous thing, though, Jolie, isn't it?
I mean, yes, but personally speaking, I think they had enough time to not have to use for the people. But boom, there you go, 11 points.
That's it. That's the win condition.
All ready to go.
It's all around points mean prizes. They want to compete. Does mean Endless have qualified for that second B1 slot. Now we do have another game between Midnight and Downfall after this.
And Mr. Useless.
But it'll be one for it'll be one for practice and points and competitiveness, because Endless will and have qualified.
Yeah, Mr. Useless really proving that his most useful trait is indeed the head-on. Which, don't get me wrong, it's a pretty good trait to have.
What, the head-on?
Ineffective, yeah. But it proved a little bit ineffective against Nox.
Now we do have 3 challenges up after this group has finished with Oblivion, Lunatic, and Minor Misery, and that will be
Haven't seen Minor
hosted
Misery in a while.
by their lover. Well, they were there last season, Jolie.
I know.
Oh,
It's been a while since last season.
Oh, I suppose it has. I was going to say, I thought you forgot. But that will be hosted by the lovely Jolie the Barbarian and Ben, a new caster to the Pugdom. Although he's in high demand, and hopefully will understand that once you're here, you never leave. Ever leave. Ever.
And that's why I'm stuck here forever with Pug.
You're the only one we want to leave. No, I'm joking. Mr. Useless is going to go and die on hook. Sir Just is on the floor.
Starlight.
Oh, that's right. Nox happy with this start. Now, still one left who is fresh as a daisy, the Magikarp. But have endlessly been strong.
He's not doing any gen, is he?
Imagine he was.
I mean, get those extra points. Why not? I don't think Nox is going to be particularly friendly towards him and let him leave, so...
I mean, could do. You know? Endless have qualified.
Nox does not strike me the kind of person to let out a survivor. He's going for the full 4K, full murder.
Murder. Well, needs it for the Crow Mummy montage. They're dragging their way over. And I think it's them that escaped through Hatch by slugging their way over, wasn't it? Was it that game?
Yeah, it was. They Endless baited them into the gates, and they weren't. No. That was another game, Pug.
It probably was.
Yeah, that was another game.
Well, the VODs will find out. Now, if Sejoystiana bleeds out, they have 2 stages left on them. Not that it's going to make any difference. But they, instead of getting 3, they'd only get 1 point.
Though.
Yeah.
It would definitely ruin his perfect game.
A lot of people hiding.
Where are you going? Like, are you trying to make it to the gate or something? Like, what?
I think he knows that it's been pulled further away from the gate, which means that the Adam Magikarp is probably hiding around there somewhere.
Yeah, he's just gonna put him in basement then. Yeah, basement.
I think
then
so.
He can go for Hatch. There you go. There's no Hatch play, and he has the Crows, so... You know, we know where both gates is. One is over there, the other one is on the left side, right in front of Shaq.
Is he going to get it in time?
Magikarp.
Sir Joseph, we're listening. The pitter-patter of tiny feet. Where is the Adam hiding? Nox on the prowl. Hungering for that 4K. Already done enough to qualify. But wants everyone. Wants that Adam who is fresh as a daisy. Yet to be hooked. Wants the 4K free. Will not be happy. The Mission Impossible music is about to start playing.
I mean, we all... Oh?
What? What?
Oh my goodness!
What? Like, what is going on here?
How and why? Those are my 2 questions.
I was just about to start going, dum, dum, dum. That's just bizarre. But fun. And Down 4 have said, we don't care. We're here for the crack. Come at me. I need more content from my montage. Nox will oblige by giving Sir Johnny a mouthful of crow. It's being pursued. Although, where did the Adam go?
That was still pretty impressive, though, being able to get that save and in those conditions.
I was very, very confused how that happened. He actually went down to the basement and checked. Well, there we go. And Adam's healed.
Maybe he just urban evasion into the basement.
Is this going to be enough? Is the Adam going to escape? Dum 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 dum. Here we go. We've seen that. Oh, he's going to get through. He's going to get through. 3, 2, 1. No, he's dead. He's down. He's done. He's game over.
Yep.
He's like, how dare you try and sneak down that hatch? How dare you? Get back on the hook.
Look at him nodding his head as the survivor struggles at the same beat.
A clean sweep for Endless. A 4K and 3 as Endless win 2 sets. And that's all they need to do to qualify for the second spot in Group B1, and they join Prophecy. Shaping up nice, but we will be playing the final game of Midnight versus Downfall, and then we've got 3 more contenders with Oblivion, Lunatic and Minor Rosary. We'll just turn around the lobbies as we set up the final qualification game of this group between Midnight, Downfall and Endless. Back to you in 2 shakes of Pugstown. Okay, we're back for the final trial of this group that Endless have already qualified for, but Downfall Midnight will want to get as many points. In case anything does happen, we do stuff that may happen from total point score, but highly unlikely, but it is all part of the entertainment and competition. Jolie, who's the killer and what are we looking at? And I can tell you about the win conditions when I've just worked them out.
You just caught me off guard. I was copy-pasting.
Look at you. I knew you was. I could tell by your face. Okay, the win conditions are Midnight were killing first. They got a 3K. And Downfall managed to squeeze a fresh as a daisy survivor out of hatch. They didn't do a total of 5 gens. They did 4 gens. So what they will need to do... Oh, my God. I'm going to let them work it out, but... Downfall would need...
Was it a fresh escape?
It was a fresh escape.
So Survivors got 11 points.
Survivors did get 11 points. You are
got 18.
So they would basically need to do... Downfall would need to do 5 gens plus get a survivor with 2 stages left on them.
Yeah,
Midnight would basically need a 3K and 1 stage.
I'm just going to say, let's say 4K and let's say 2-stage escape, just to make it simple.
Well, I could have said that. That's not accurate, though. Singularity, Pacifist Pappy, flowing their globules across all over the place. Our first Singularity game, and there we see, as we go into the slipstream, teleports across, and was that the MP go down already? No, it wasn't.
Yep,
it was. Managed to get that off quickly. Jolie's always lacking. A nice little shot over there. I wonder if...
just a little bit focused on copy-pasting the information for the next...
great. Yeah, you're always looking at the stuff that you're not supposed to be looking at, Jolie, instead of this Singularity game, which is good, as Pacifist is zipping around the place and getting them shots off quite well.
One stabby, one Velbrosi.
A nice web of pods across. And we're in the slipstream for, 4 seconds? I think he's going to catch him around there. That was a good play by the Pappy as Verblosi goes down. I have been enjoying these games.
I mean, it is a really, really interesting killer with the cameras. People call it Soul Merchant 1.0, but it is.
How did it? I mean, I don't think so. I think the games I've seen have been very entertaining, able to get across and teleport down. I think people will just need to practice more and learn how to combat against it, but some of the good Singularity matches that I've seen. I mean, Endless played one in the final, which was probably one of the best games of the season.
A little bit of a body block going, but he misses. Oh my god, but he immediately gets the... This is such a massively good map for Singularity, huh? Lots of tall
Look,
ports where you can just...
I love that. Trying to get the EMP, it comes out. Pacifist is everywhere and manages to get Blowsy down again for a second hook. The pressure by Pacifist. Not sure Midnight know how to combat against it, but...
Yeah, it is definitely showing off a lot of pressure, which is not something that I've seen a Singularity do.
Oh, you need to look at some of the finals from last season. That the games were just so intense, action-packed from Survivors and from Killer.
Ooh, well, cheeky blast mine.
It almost wants you to mind. I think completely different from the Skull Merchant. I suppose it depends. I mean, look at that. Just the sniping through the camera, the way they're positioned around the map of the pods to be able to spy and get that off against the Survivors. Pacifist's done a very good job there. Whereas you see some people who play Singularity use it as more of a cannon, as firing it rather than a web of purveying and keeping the pressure on.
Oh, missed hit. That's going to be a big thing.
He's down. He's got the bloodlust on.
Hits through. Oh, it's blocked.
It's just so valuable seeing it around to stop them.
Oh my god! Like he has like such a nicely set web.
Yeah. And that's
It's
practice,
so
right?
impressive.
Firing them across, seeing where they are. Hasn't had to recall them, and a Palace Slap goes down, but I don't think it's going to make too much difference. As the first gen has finally been done, the pressure has been very good by Pacifist.
Look at that!
He's just hitting. He really hates Verblowsy. Wants him. And comes out, is in the stream.
Like the poor guy really hasn't had like a single second for himself.
It's just been intense, and that's what I'm talking about, using it as like a launch cannon that you see some players rather than the web that they had there, but manages to get him down and tunneled him out the game and tunneled him hard with a web of cameras across the base, but
Yeah,
out he
like,
goes.
This feels like a hag game, more or less. But only if the hag could teleport the Survivors at her will.
True, yeah, you could put it like that. I just think it's just an aggressive way of probably Skull Merchant, like using television. It's great. And the speed that you get, like Onro coming through the televisions, it's kind of taking all them killers and merging them into like a mismatch. It's like a bastardized C-3PO. But Midnight's still managing to get out the gens all the same.
I mean, to be honest, Pacifist has not been going around kicking gens. He's just been full-on aggression and pressure.
I think that's why I like it so much. I can imagine how you could have a very slow-moving Singularity game.
You probably could have brought something like Deadlock or something like that. Just for the slowdown of it. Look at that! Like he knows where they are at all times.
It's like this is the first time you've seen a Singularity match.
I mean, no, but it's the first time I've seen such a good Singularity played this way. Because usually what I see is they just chase a survivor who has a pod on and just keep teleporting towards them.
Yeah, like using it as a weapon rather than proxying the whole area. I think that's the slight difference between the ones that we saw that were successful last season and the ones that really dominated. But you can see why it's becoming more popular.
Yeah, I mean, the poor survivors really like trying really hard to move away, but all at the same time, they just keep getting found by those cameras.
Well, they're probably not utilising the EMPs as well as they should be either. But again, you'll find that with many of the newer killers is learning to play against. I mean, a lot of teams don't even know don't know how to play against twins, which makes me smile.
Oh my god, the Singularity just called him pathetic.
Jolie the Barbarian is now going to become a Singularity main.
No, I won't. But it's really fun. Look at that. That is so disgusting.
It really is Big Brother watching you.
God.
And then the speed buff coming out as you teleport across. Sloppy Butcher, Scourge Hook, and I don't think he's actually kicked to Jen.
I mean, he has, but only gens that, I'll be honest, really haven't mattered. They haven't been the gens that are high progression. Come on. Oh, almost.
Well, round and round we go.
Ooh, he called his bluff though. Oh yeah, but now what you're gonna do? Yeah, the action speed that he gets after teleporting is so massive. I think it's a 50% buff.
For 4 seconds, I think. But there's Lola going out.
Jesus. Honestly, Pacific. Well played. My goodness. That is the first time that I've seen such a dominant Singularity game.
Well, I've seen a lot of them, and I wouldn't, after qualifiers, champions of the fog normally look at some of the balancing used and some of the data from the qualifiers as well as last season. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the specific killer balancing around the Singularity changes.
What do you think, perks or add-ons?
I think both. I think given some of, because I think most of meta is banned with Singularity at the moment. But as you can see, a good one can really make a difference there.
Yeah, they can really destroy teams like that. That is mighty impressive.
But Pacifist Pappy, he wasn't pacifist this time.
I mean, obviously not, right? My goodness.
Just
They're
that
really relentless.
creepy thing. I want to see some alien games. I love aliens. Should have put aliens in the
I mean,
qualifier.
but maybe. I mean, I'd say that killers aren't really good at it yet. And besides, a lot of the hitboxes of the alien tail are absolutely horrendous.
It's more the transport tunnel system. It's just aliens. But this was a great display Singularity gameplay. As I said, if you haven't watched last season, Season 8's semi-finals and finals, there's some great Singularity matches there, and it was just on fire that we saw. However, that is the second group of qualifiers for this evening. We are moving on to a third, which we'll be setting up. But well done to Endless, who qualified, who'll match Prophecy. And fair play to Midnight and Downfall, as Downfall win their first set there, as we move on to our next group of challengers. And that will be Oblivion, Lunatic, and Minor Misery. We will be temporarily shutting the stream as we change hosts the streamers. Jolie will be hosting the next stream with our co-caster, a new one that's coming on, Code. Has more knowledge than me and Jolie put together. No pressure on, but I hope you enjoy the show. And again, thanks to Brooklyn and Leger for working in the background as we move on. And we'll be back to you in 2 shakes of a Pug's tail. Don't go anywhere as we shut down. It was a 60-second delay as we swap round. We'll be back to you soon.
Join the Pugdom Discord for more information. Puglicious.